Mr. Chairman, delegates, I feel very honored to take the floor here today. I feel honored because of everything that the United Nations stands for. I'm thinking about freedom, justice, and peace. I'm thinking about sustainable development goals, about fundamental rights and gender equality, about stability, prosperity, just to mention a few. And I quote from the Declaration of Human Rights: disregarding them has resulted in barbarous acts which have outraged the conscience of mankind. But for a state without fiscal capacity, these values will be empty words. Fulfilling these commitments depends upon the ability of the state to mobilize the necessary resources. Today we have a tax system that makes these values hard to uphold for many and almost impossible to uphold for some. Austerity within public services makes itself felt even within my home country, Sweden, where the members of my trade union see big cuts in education, healthcare, social work, and environmental protection. For some states in the global south, compounding the legacy of colonialism, this funding has been eroded for decades and more, making it almost impossible for these countries to provide the public services that are taken for granted in high-income countries. I would therefore like to add one word to this list of all the above-mentioned values, and that word is predictability. We heard it many times yesterday and today, but that was about predictability for companies and predictability for the return of assets and wealth. I must insist that the ultimate predictability is that for every human being, and of the sort that only the well-functioning and properly funded state can provide. Clean water to drink, a living wage, working hospitals, and a school for your kids. The protection of democratic liberties and a planet to live upon. We need, delegates, a convention that supports this predictability. So we need a convention that explicitly acknowledges the role of tax financing in sustainable development across its three pillars: economic, social, and environmental. Delegates, let's make the tax system predictable again. Thank you.